The Global Organization of People of Indian Origin, Central New Jersey, GOPIO, held a Women Leadership and Networking event Sunday, December 11th, 2022 at East Brunswick, New Jersey. Addison Township Mayor Sam Joshi presented a proclamation to the event to show his support. The keynote speaker was Seema Jagtiani, an entrepreneur who shared her life story, including the obstacles and successes she faced personally and as a professional. The event was attended by more than 60 people and included a portfolio of panelists made up of an illustrious batch of women who are among us the who's who of South Asian women professionals across a variety of industries and careers. The panel discussion dwelt on subjects like awareness of capabilities and innovation that accelerate women's empowerment, having a real impact on the quality of women's lives, enabling opportunities to create an environment where women can talk about issues that affect them and share their ideas for improvement, building a networking community which continues to evolve over time. Let's watch some highlights.
My story, but it's a very common story amongst a lot of women. Some are able to speak out and tell and share and how we overcame that and what was the key to success, and some of us don't, because we are scared of what will people say, what will people think, right? So starting, like you heard, at the age of 16, when I moved out from India, was the time when I was married off. That was the time I got married. And of course, just high school, not even high school, right? It's a struggle, and unfortunately I was married into a family with a husband and suffered domestic violence for 13 years. Applied for divorce when I realized that my son, who was at that time 10 years old, thinks it's okay to beat women. It's common, Mama, Papa does it to you, that's normal, I have the right to do it. And that's when I realized where did we go wrong? A lot of us women suffer all this thinking that divorce is not good for our children, or what can we do? It's because of our children we take it. But we have to cause a revolution. And where does that come from? It's within you. We have to realize our own strengths. And we have to move up because we are powerful. When people talk of women empowerment, it's the only reason why people can talk of women empowerment is because we do not realize our own power. We let people feel that we are weak. And sometimes our niceness, just because we are kind of nice, it's taken as a weakness. That's not what it is. We are very powerful. And where I'm coming from is future. For our future, we have to teach our daughters. We have to teach because nowadays world is changing. It's not only women, domestic violence with women, there's domestic violence with men too. A lot of men are going through the torture too. So the idea is that every human being has to realize your own respect. We all have a light within us. Our God is inside us. The first thing is, if we don't respect it, why do we expect somebody else to respect it? So how we are not respecting it is when we are taking shit. If we are not going to take anybody as a mother, will I let anybody hit my child? Will I let anybody mistreat my child? No. We become lionesses at that time. But then what happens when it's happening to us? We have to make our future generations realize the power and the respect, because the first respect is your self-respect.
experience. Since I'm in the research industry, and I have only a master's background. So one of the common bias is that if you don't have the highest level of degree, for example, a PhD, then you can only go so far in your career. So knowing that, once I graduated with a master's and I got into my profession, I thought the right thing for me to do was to get a PhD. So I started doing a part-time PhD. But then, as I went through the different phases of life, I knew that some things were difficult to do, but at the same time, I kept on doing what I needed to do at work, and so I reached a level at work where the PhD did not matter, and I was able to continue, getting or getting through that wall of progression, with the masters because of the work ethic, because of being confident in what I was doing. So I would say that that was one aspect that I realized at that time, that do I enjoy the work that I'm doing along with balancing my work life, uh, work as well as life, and still be successful and realize what's giving me happiness. So at one point then I made the decision that I'm going to discontinue the PhD. Oftentimes people ask me, do you regret that decision, including my family members, and I say that no, I don't, because finally I have that thought out of the back of my mind, and I'm actually able to function well in my industry, and I'm able to function well at work as well.
Samantha, I have this question for you. As a medical professional, how have you carved a niche for yourself in dentistry?
Thank you. So when I graduated, we learned general dentistry, all aspects of dentistry. I didn't, I liked cosmetic dentistry. So when I started my practice initially, I concentrated on things that I liked, that I had a passion for. I like pretty things. I like symmetrical things. I like to, use my hands and do sculpting. So I like to do things. I like to make people's smiles pretty, beautiful. And both my practices are, geared towards, cosmetics. Anything to, especially brides and proms, stuff like that. And I really enjoy that, and I've made that my niche because not many dentists, offer these services. And in my town, if anybody needs anything like that, those kind of procedures, then I'm the one that they come to. So it took a lot of practice, a lot of CE courses, a lot of education, but it really paid off, and that's my passion. So again, I would tell all the little, all the children, follow your passion. Look what you like, and stick to it, because sometimes you may not make a lot of money in this, but it's just the sense of satisfaction that you get when you see the end result. It's just amazing at that time.
Hi everyone, thank you for that question. Last but not the least, so good news is that not every company, most of the companies today have DE&I initiatives that stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So as a South Asian woman in HR field, I think my tip would be is that take advantage of your roots. Tell your story, sell your story, use it to your advantage. Like our keynote speaker said, time management, use it. Like when I'm sitting in board meetings, I am constantly thinking, am I making pararas or puris tonight? While, giving my take on, what should our recruiting numbers look like? So make use of your story and sell it to your advantage. If you have an accent, great, use it. Make it sound so sexy that they want to talk to you more, So I think that's what has helped me where I am today. I didn't have a lot of professional backgrounds as my other HR colleagues when I started working. So I was a total rookie when I was pursuing my master's. I had zero work experience. they're there telling their stories, this happened at work today, and I'm like, what am I going to contribute here? So what helped me was soaking in all those stories, working hard, time management for sure, but using the culture that I brought. People wanted to know what India is all about, what Bombay is all about, and I did get asked questions like, how do I speak English? Well, good news, flash news is that most of the people that I knew growing up did speak English, right? And I'm sure many of us have been questioned like that. And I am so glad that I was able to be here, and I hope to be part of such organizations in future so I can help the younger professionals as well in building a career for tomorrow, and so that our kids don't have to be questioned like that. How do you speak English so well?
A long time ago, and I actually was keen to look working in New York City, and it was one of those things where trying to get into a financial industry and to make a place in financial industry, it is tough. The one thing that I did, for myself was I was determined. It didn't stop me. I wasn't scared, nervous. I took on new challenges, new roles. I showed to my management and my company and the group that I was working for is that even if I have to work late night, I have to work longer hours, I'm here, I'm willing to learn. And I think the passion and your dedication and networking is what, gets you to where you want to be in financial industry, especially now, especially when we're competing against men, we're constantly competing, right? It's, them against us. You have to show them that we're just equal. What they have is the same knowledge that we have, and you just have to keep fighting and keep proving yourself.